I never thought I'd be the type to plot revenge, especially against the person I once vowed to love in sickness and in health. But here I am, sitting quietly in the dark of our bedroom, pretending to be deep in sleep while Jenna, my wife, tiptoes around the room. She thinks I'm oblivious, that I can't see what's happening right under my nose. Oh babe, I forgot to tell you, I'm going out with Sarah tonight. Just a little girl's night out, Jenna whispers, her voice a concoction of feigned innocence and haste. I mumble something incoherent, feigning sleep. She pauses, probably scrutinizing my expression for a sign of suspicion. Finding none, she proceeds with her little escapade. I hear the front door click shut, and only then do I allow myself to breathe. My heart is pounding, not with the despair of betrayal, but with the adrenaline of a plan in motion. I slide out of bed, my feet hitting the floor with purpose. Tonight, Jenna is walking straight into a trap that I meticulously laid out for her, and there's no turning back. The last few weeks have been a crash course in deception and schematics, hiring a private investigator, setting up fake accounts, and using all I learned about Jenna's affair to construct the perfect snare. It was exhausting and soul-crushing. The clock strikes 10:30 p.m., and I know it's time. I pull out my phone and text the number of the man Jenna believes is her secret lover. Everything's set for tonight, I send. The reply is immediate, a simple thumbs up emoji, and my stomach tightens with a mix of triumph and remorse. I drive to the venue where Jenna thinks she will meet him, my friend's cozy little jazz bar downtown that I've reserved for this occasion. Hidden from view, I watch as Jenna arrives, scanning the area with a nervous energy that belies her usual confidence. She's dressed up, looking radiant and completely unaware of the heartbreak she's about to endure. As she steps inside, I feel a pang of the love we used to share, quickly smothered by the vivid memory of her lies. Minutes tick by like hours as I wait for the moment of confrontation. From my vantage point, I can see Jenna's confused expression turn to shock as instead of her lover, it's me who steps out of the shadows. Jenna, I say, my voice steady despite the chaos in my heart. Her face crumples, and for a second, I see the woman I fell in love with, vulnerable and frightened. But I can't back down. Not now. What is this, Alex? What are you doing here? She stammers, her eyes darting around, looking for an escape or perhaps her phantom lover. This is me saving us both, I reply, the words heavy with an irony only I fully appreciate, or at least, this is me saving myself. The music in the background swells, a haunting melody that seems too fitting for our final dance. Jenna's shoulders slump as she realizes the extent of her miscalculation. This isn't just the end of her affair, it's the end of everything we built together. I watch as her world crumbles, knowing mine is being rebuilt, piece by painstaking piece. Tonight, I close the chapter on Jenna and me, but this story, my story, is far from over. The morning light doesn't make it any easier. If anything, the clarity of day only sharpens the edges of my decision. I wake up in an empty bed, a stark reminder of last night's showdown. Jenna didn't come home. My phone is eerily silent, no calls, no frantic messages. Perhaps she knows there's nothing left to say. I get up, my body moving on autopilot. The silence of the house echoes my own hollow victory. It's time to face the world, to face my friends who I've kept in the dark about Jenna's betrayal and my plot for revenge. I need to see them, to talk to someone. I choose Jamie, my oldest friend, someone who's always been more like family. I text her, coffee, I need to talk. Within minutes, she replies, always, meet you in 30. At the cafe, Jamie greets me with a hug that speaks volumes. You look like hell, she says with worried eyes as we sit down. I laugh, a short, brittle sound. Feels about right, I reply, and then without any prelude, I spill everything, the affair, the trap, last night at the bar. Jamie listens, her expression shifting from shock to anger to sadness. Alex, this is intense. Are you sure you did the right thing? She asks, concern lacing her voice. I shrug, unsure. I had to know. I had to end it somehow. Jamie nods, processing. What about Jenna now? What if she wants to come back? Before I can answer, my phone buzzes. It's a number I don't recognize. Hesitant, I answer it. Hello. Alex? It's Mark, Jenna's brother. We need to talk. It's about Jenna. Panic flares up. What's happened? Is she okay? She's at my place. She's a mess, Alex. I think you went too far. We need to sort this out. The accusation in Mark's voice stings, but I steel myself. I'll be there. Give me the address. The drive over is a blur. I rehearse what to say, how to face Jen again, but when I arrive, nothing could have prepared me for the sight of her. She's curled up on Mark's couch, a shadow of her vibrant self. Mark greets me with a cold nod and ushers me into the living room. Jenna looks up, her eyes red and swollen. Alex, she whispers, the word a plea. Jenna, I start, my resolve wobbling. We need to. I'm so sorry, she cuts in, her voice breaking. I never wanted to hurt you. It was all a stupid mistake. Her words are like daggers, but there's no satisfaction in her pain. We talk, the three of us, hashing out raw emotions and bitter truths. Mark mediates, trying to bridge the chasm between us, but the rift is too deep, the betrayal too sharp. As I leave, Mark follows me out. Take care of her, Alex. She really loves you, even if she has a hell of a way of showing it. I drive away, the weight of his words heavy in my chest. The trap I set was meant to free me, but now I'm more entangled than ever. Where do I go from here? This question, sharp and demanding, haunts me as I head back into the light of day, unsure and unsteady. The plot, like my heart, thickens. I'm still reeling from the confrontation with Jenna and her brother when my phone pings with a text from Jamie. Need company tonight? It reads. Grateful for the distraction, I quickly type back, yes please, bring wine. Hours later, Jamie arrives, arms laden with sympathy in the form of a Marilla and takeout. We sit on my couch, a fortress against the chaos of my crumbling marriage. Okay, spill. Jamie says after we clink glasses. What happened at Mark's? I recount the day's events, leaving nothing out. Jamie's frown deepens with each word. This is messy, Alex. You know that, right? She's not judging, she's worried. I know. I admit, swirling the wine in my glass. I thought I wanted revenge. Now, I'm not sure what I want. That's fair. But you need to figure it out. You can't stay in limbo forever. Her words are a gentle nudge, but they feel like a shove. I know she's right. I need to decide my next steps. As we talk, another plan begins to form, not one of revenge but of resolution. I need closure, and so does Jenna. Tomorrow, I announce, setting down my glass with newfound resolve. I'm going to see her. I'm going to end this properly. Jamie nods, her support unwavering. I'll come with you if you want. Gratitude washes over me. Thanks, I might need that. The night is restless. Thoughts whirl through my mind, forming and reforming until dawn. When morning comes, I feel exhausted but determined. Jamie meets me outside, and together, we drive to Jenna's temporary refuge at her brother's house. Jenna is surprised to see us both. Her eyes flick to Jamie, then back to me. Alex? We need to talk, I say, more confident than I feel, properly this time. She nods, leads us into the living room. The air is thick with tension as we all sit. I've been thinking, I start, my voice steady, about us, about everything. I can't. We can't go back to how things were. But I don't want to leave things like this either. Jenna's eyes fill with tears, but she manages a nod. I understand. I'm sorry, so sorry for everything. The apology hangs between us, heavy and complex. We talk for hours, dissecting our relationship, acknowledging our faults. It's painful but necessary. We cry, we laugh a little, and slowly, the sharp edges of our pain begin to dull. As the conversation draws to a close, Jenna looks at both of us. What now? She asks, a trace of fear in her voice. We start over, I say. Not with each other, but on our own. We heal, we grow. And we forgive, Jamie adds, squeezing my hand. Jenna nods, wiping her eyes. I'd like that, she whispers. Leaving feels like walking away from a battlefield, wounded but alive. Jamie and I don't speak much on the drive back, each lost in our thoughts. At my doorstep, Janie hugs me tight. Call me okay? Anytime. I will, I promise, feeling the finality of this chapter closing and the uncertain promise of a new one beginning. The intrigue of what lies ahead is daunting. For the first time in a long time, I feel ready to face it. The days following my confrontation with Jenna blend into each other, each one a step further from my old life and deeper into a new beginning. It's harder than I imagined. There's a strange relief in the finality of it all. I'm starting to feel lighter, freer, as if I'm slowly reclaiming pieces of myself that I'd lost. One afternoon, a few weeks later, I'm sorting through the last of Jenna's things when my phone rings. The caller ID flashes a number I don't recognize, but on a whim, I answer. Alex. The voice on the other end is male, unfamiliar. My name is Detective Martin Anders. I'm calling about Jenna. There's something you need to know. My heart skips a beat. Is she okay? The question leads out before I can think. She's fine, he reassures quickly, but we need to talk. Can we meet? It's important. Curiosity piqued and nerves tingling, I agree to meet him at a nearby cafe. When I arrive, Detective Anders is already there, a middle-aged man with kind eyes and a serious expression. Thank you for coming, he begins once we've ordered coffee. I know this is out of the blue, but we've been conducting an investigation related to Jenna's activities that unearthed some unexpected details. What kind of details? I ask, the words heavy in my throat. It appears Jenna was involved in more than just an affair. She was part of an embezzlement scheme at her company. Your actions, setting up that meeting, actually helped expose her. I'm stunned, my mind racing to connect the dots. I didn't know, I whisper. We know, he confirms. But there's more. The man she was seeing, he was an informant for us. He got close to her to gather information. The revelation hits like a physical blow. It wasn't just personal, it was criminal. Jenna hadn't just betrayed me, she betrayed everyone around her. Why are you telling me this? I manage to ask, my voice steadier than I feel. Because, he pauses, choosing his words carefully. We believe she might try to contact you. She's out on bail, and given your history, she might seek you out for help. The meeting ends with an exchange of contact information and a promise that I could reach out if Jenna approached me or if I needed anything. I leave the cafe with a swirling mix of shock and betrayal, yet also an odd sense of vindication. Jenna's deception was deeper than I had ever imagined. Days pass and the detective's words linger in my mind. Then late one evening, there's a knock at my door. It's Jenna. Just as Anders predicted, she looks worn, desperate. Alex, hi, I need help, she stammers, avoiding my gaze. I remember the detective's warning, and a part of me wants to shut the door in her face. But looking at her, really seeing her, I realize I'm finally over her. Over the pain, the betrayal, the love. Jenna, I say firmly, you need to leave. There's nothing for you here anymore. Her eyes search mine, looking for the woman she used to know, the one who would have done anything for her. But that woman is gone, replaced by someone stronger, someone healed. Jenna nods slowly, finally understanding. She turns away, and I watch her disappear down the hallway, a chapter of my life closing with each step she takes. As I close the door, my phone buzzes. It's Jamie, checking in like she always does. I smile, text her back, and feel a profound sense of peace. My journey through deception and heartbreak has led me here, stronger and ready for whatever comes next. Life is unpredictable, but for the first time in a long time, I'm excited about the unknown.